main topic today. And give me 1 second. Our first main topic today is this. So it was 2019 was the year of movies for me that I went out and seen pretty much every movie that came out. And one of the movies that came out that year was Toy Story 4. I actually hadn't seen the third Toy Story. Didn't really care. Skipped over it. Went to 4. 4 was great. I really enjoyed it. I've seen 3 now. I have a daughter since then, and she's seen them all. I've seen them all with her. And, you know, there was questions of would we get another Toy Story story after, you know, Toy Story 4. And it looks like, according to this article we have here from Screen Rant, that the announcement is happening that Toy Story 4 is happening. Let's read a little bit of this. Off the back of Disney's announcement that Toy Story 5 is in development, excuse me. Hold on 1 second. Oh, well, I guess this is the wrong article, but oh well. This is actually fans like questioning the necessity of
a Toy
Story 5,
yeah.
which I was actually going to kind of make our topic,
yeah.
But now that we know, listen, Toy Story 5 is obviously happening, right? And I do want to propose the question, is it necessary? Now, the question was asked that during Toy Story 4, right? Where we had what was considered like the greatest trilogy of all time, considering that all 3 of them are like almost 100%. I think 2 of them are, and one's like a 98 or 99. Not to mention that 4 is like a 98 or 99 now too.
Right.
So
I mean,
was it necessary? Definitely not. But here's what I will say is Toy Story 5 is necessary, and I'll tell you why it's necessary. It's necessary because I have a daughter who wants to go out and see it in the theaters, and she loves Woody and Buzz and wants more stories and adventures that she can get. And there's probably lots of other kids out there like her that want the same thing. And I kind of love that this thing that actually started, you know, in the middle of my childhood, like when I was, 7 years old or so, has carried on to my daughter being able to enjoy it. And I get to take her now to a theater to see those characters that I have fallen in love with. I cried during Toy Story 4, bro. I mean, come on. Even the very beginning, my favorite Toy Story character is RC. And at the very beginning of Toy Story 4, remember, it like cuts back like 9 years ago, and we see RC is left out in the rain, and they're trying to. Do you remember that scene?
I do.
God, dude, like that's how it starts and it ends. It's like Toy Story. I'm like, damn, this is gonna be rough, bro. Like, right? Yeah. But yeah. So I am actually excited that we have this coming because. Like I said, I have this connection with my daughter with it now, and many other parents I'm sure do. And these characters have touched generations now of people, and I love that. And so is it a necessity? I would say yes. It is definitely a necessity for me, in my opinion, at least. Lucas, you're hearing this. First of all, what are your thoughts on Toy Story 5, the announcement that it is coming out? And then second of all, what are your thoughts on, is it a necessity?
I'm excited. I will say as well, I don't have a daughter, and, so the same is not totally true with me, but it is true still, because one day I want to have a daughter or a son or both, and I would like to be able to share. Yeah,
and how would you feel if like Pokemon was dead by that point? That'd be terrible.
I would still be able to show them the classics.
Sure, but it'd be great to be able to take them to
through it to now. Yeah,
sure, exactly.
And so when you ask the question, is it necessary? I think. Until it becomes right, exactly. Like no movie is necessary. I understand what they were saying about it, but who knows? Maybe they're setting up a second trilogy of it, right? The last 2 movies that you would have expected. I mean, we kind of I expected to be Toy Story. Right. I expected Toy Story 3 to bomb when it happened, and Toy Story 4 when it bombed, because I was asking like the same thing. Oh, is this necessary or whatever? How many times can you tell a toy story? Well, there's an infinite amount of stories to be told about toys. Right. There's an infinite amount of toys. I mean, like each year, how many new toys are made. And I know they don't use like real.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, they use.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
But, Yeah, man. Like Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4 were both just as good, if not like better than the originals. Right. You know what I mean?
It's like definitely the greatest quadrilogy.
For sure.
Like a 4-movie run, dude.
Keep it going.
I mean,
keep it going.
That's the thing, right? As long winning cures everything. If this is as good as 4 was, again, we'll just shut up. We'll just we'll like at first it's like this is unnecessary, and then we see it, and we're like, man, that was good. Okay. You know, I'll see another one. You know,
I'll see another one for sure.
I mean, I think it ends with Woody deciding to be a free toy, if I remember right.
Yeah,
I
stay
mean,
with Bo Peep or something like that.
So maybe we would see a Buzz story.
I think that's because it kind of felt like that's what it set up. That,
like he had
Woody was almost
and maybe we see that, or I would even be down to see some adventures of Woody as a free toy. Sure. What's that life like,
Well, and I mean, Woody and Buzz are the central characters of this, obviously.
For sure.
So I think with the cliffhanger or where it left off at the end of Toy Story 4, I don't think Woody would be in it as much, but I think that he would still be in it. Right. In Toy Story 5, I mean.
Right.
Because, I think what you would see is Buzz kind of off, making the new Avengers or whatever, and then Woody's going to come back, or they're going to, naturally run into him.
Right.
And because of his experience, probably as being a free toy, he's a lot more wizened, or whatever.
Right.
That's kind of exciting, man.
For sure.
It's cool to see these characters, even if they are toys, grow and also how they've affected the people that own them, and we've gotten to go through Andy to
seeing Andy give away those toys in Toy Story 3, I mean, God, I hadn't seen that. I had to be 30 damn years old for the first time seeing that. And it was rougher, I think, because
it was.
I felt like him. Yeah. Like I'm this old dude, and I'm giving my toys to my kid.
Well, and isn't that so perfect, right?
That's
why it's.
But I never really knew because I'd never seen it, and it was so good. It's so good, dude. All three of those movies are iconic to me. Like I can quote all of them. Probably when I was a kid, I watched Toy Story
all the time,
40 times a day. Our VHS was ruined,
man.
Sure, yeah. But guys, you guys are hearing this. First of all, what are your thoughts on the announcement of a Toy Story 5? And then also, what are your thoughts on, is it a necessity? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.